Hey guys, it's Joe, and this is Pocket with Joe. I'm excited for today. We've got a great NHL game on the board that we're going to discuss. Before we jump straight into that, let's look at what happened last night. Now, last night we saw the New York Rangers take off the Tampa Bay Lightning, getting the win there. Now, New York came in as a home underdog. Were able to win that 6-2. They played absolutely phenomenal. Igor stood on his head. He got over his saved goals against easily last night. He played phenomenal. The Tampa Bay Lightning came out strong. Now, they did manage to tie it up in that first period. I was riding the reverse puck line for the New York Rangers, who came out and scored easily on Andrei Vasilevskiy, but the Rangers tied it up. The Lightning tied it up. We weren't able to get that reverse puck line, but we did cash nicely in this game with the Rangers for the full game. We also cashed on Igor Shesterkin, his goals or his save goals over as well. So let's look at today's game, you guys. This is game 2 of the series between the Edmonton Oilers and the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Avs are minus 169 on the money line. We have the Edmonton Oilers plus 150 and a total of 7. Now, I was shocked we didn't get a 7.5. I have to admit, Mike Smith is in goal for the Edmonton Oilers. He had a rough game last game, to put it nicely. He allowed just way too many goals. The Avs came out winning that one 8-6. Mike Smith was pulled. Koskinen was then put in. Now, in this one, we saw Kemper go out in the last game. Pavel, I'm going to totally mess up his name. Pavel Francouz is in for the Colorado Avalanche. I try to practice his name. It's just a tongue twister to say. Now, he faced the Edmonton Oilers back May 31st, I want to say it was. He allowed 3 goals in 21 shots on goal in that game. He is an okay backup goalie. We saw Kemper in. Kemper was allowing some easy ones. Pavel comes in here with a 2.55 goals against average on the season. I do think he comes out and has a decent game, but I think what we will see here is Edmonton offensively is just way too strong. We've got to look at the team total of Edmonton over 3.5. Now, they're not giving us a 2.5, but over 3.5, they are giving us plus money here. It's plus 124. I'm getting, make sure you shop your lines, you guys, because I do think Edmonton goes over 3.5 goals. Now, for Colorado, their team total is 3.5 as well. I do see that coming in. We know Mike Smith has been vulnerable. Now, one thing about Mike Smith is he does have those bounce back games, so I could see this being one of those games where he plays better than he did in the last. But with the Colorado Avalanche, with how strong they looked offensively, I could see them going over the 3.5 too. We got to look, though, in that third period. Edmonton really did step up in the last game and did play a solid game against the Avs. Now, the Avs got an empty netter in that, so it really was a 6-7 game here. Edmonton almost tied it up, but wasn't able to. So I really do like Edmonton's team total here over that 3.5. I think the over 7 for the game is definitely a great way to take this. I could see this being a 4-3, 5-3 style game with those empty netters. So I am not worried about taking the over 7 in this one. Like I said, I thought it was going to hit 7.5. Now, one thing to look at, though, the Avs on the puck line in the first period is plus 132 at minus that half. The Oilers have lost their last 4 games as an underdog in that first period. So I could see the Avs coming in stronger than the Edmonton Oilers here. The Oilers also have been known to struggle in Colorado, going 0-4 in their last 4 games, 1-4 in the last 5 meetings, where the home team is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. And the favorite, 7-0 in those last 7 meetings. So I think this is one where you can sprinkle on the Avs on the puck line that first period minus a half at plus 132 for the value. Definitely think it's there. But as for side, I can't take the Avs in regulation here just because I think what we saw in that third period of that last game, how Pavel Francois is going to hold up in this playoff atmosphere here. I just don't like a side in this one. I would be looking at those team totals. I think both of them probably hit that over, and we have an over 7 for the game, I think is the best way to take it. Now, looking at some prop bets for tonight, I definitely do like a couple of them here. I like them better than taking a side on this game. We can look at Draisaitl for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, his points over 1.5 is giving us plus 110, and I definitely see it hitting tonight. He has been absolutely phenomenal on the ice for the Edmonton Oilers. It's hit in 5 of his last 5 games. Now, we can also look at Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman has hit his points over 0.5 in his last 5 games as well. Both of these players hitting 100% in their last 5 games. His is juiced, so minus 145. But if you're looking for a safer option between these two, Zach Hyman has been dominating on the ice as well. Now, for the Colorado Avalanche, you know we can't talk the Avs without talking Nathan MacKinnon. His shots on goal have been limited. I don't know if they're going to be limited in this one. I lean to taking it over. We see the trend to the under, but I think Nathan MacKinnon, even if he gets double teamed, should play a phenomenal game tonight against the Edmonton Oilers at home. So his shots on goal under 4.5 has hit him 4 of the last 5. I'm going to take it over for this trend to break. I'm taking it over the 4.5 shots on goal. And then last but not least, we have to talk about Nathan MacKinnon. His assists over 1.5 is a plus 170. I definitely think the value is there hitting on it. And I do think with this game that he probably gets over it. He's hit this in 3 of his last 5. So when I look at all of these props, you guys, the safest prop for sure is Zach Hyman, taking his points over 0.5 in this one at minus 145. I then would look at Leon Draisaitl. I think that's the second best bet to go with here. His points over 1.5 at plus 110. Again, both of these guys have hit these player props in all 5 of their last 5 games. My third favorite here would be to lean on Nathan MacKinnon, his shots over that 4.5, breaking the trend of being held under it. And then to look at Connor McDavid, because Connor McDavid, with this assist over 1.5 is a lot to ask for here. I think he gets probably the goal. So I would be looking at him more so as goal, but taking that 1.5 to the over is plus 170. You guys know I absolutely love that plus money. He could actually assist it nicely a couple of times here because we do know he gets that extra man on him a lot of the time. So taking his assist over that goal is definitely still a solid way to take it. But you guys, let's do a recap of these bets today. I want to thank you so much for joining me here for Pocket with Joe. I hope you guys enjoy this game tonight. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So the best way to take this game, ride the over 7 in this, you guys. The last game came out 8-6. We are going to see these teams dominating offensively. I then would look at the team total. Now, if you like Edmonton, their team total over 3.5, you're getting plus money. So ride with that. If you like the Avs, their over is juiced at minus 152 over that 3.5. I think there is value on both of these. I don't like the juice you're paying on the Colorado Avalanche. Then I'm going to sprinkle on the Avs on the puck line in that first period at plus 132. So much value there. Then those prop bets. You guys got those prop bets already. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Keep smiling, and you know the drill. Let's make some freaking money. Bye, guys.